In the sun-scorched sprawl of Sagebrush, Arizona, where strip malls baked under relentless heat and identical stucco homes lined the streets, the town moved at the pace of a desert breeze. Lawns were religion, and the homeowners' association held more sway than the mayor. At the heart of this quiet tyranny stood Evelyn Harper, the HOA president who didn't just enforce rules, she embodied them. For nearly a decade, Evelyn ruled with a clipboard and a cold smile, her name whispered in fear behind closed blinds. Neighbors called her the Sagebrush Sovereign, but never to her face. She was the queen of petty fines, the architect of anonymous complaints, and the scourge of anyone who dared let their grass grow a half-inch too long. Evelyn's reign was unchallenged until a Monday morning in the Sagebrush Municipal Court, where Judge Clara Bennett presided with the precision of a surgeon. Clara, a former prosecutor with eyes that could silence lies mid-sentence, was known for her unyielding fairness. That day's docket was routine parking tickets, leash law violation Suntal case number 23891, HOA versus Evelyn Harper. The charge? Her lawn was 2 inches over regulation height, a violation of Ordinance 3A, subsection 14. The fine? A mere $10. Evelyn strode into the courtroom like a general, heels clicking like gunfire, her beige suit crisp, her hair a lacquered helmet. She didn't sit, she stood, arms crossed, radiating disdain. Judge Clara read the citation without looking up. Photographic EVY Denke, 2 complaints, $10 due in 48 hours. The words landed like a guillotine. Evelyn's eyes twitched, her lips curling into a sneer. $10? She hissed, stepping forward. Your finding saw me saw? The room tensed. The bailiff stiffened. A woman in the gallery clutched her purse. Clara didn't flinch. You have 48 hours, she said, her voice cold as marble. Next case. That's when it happened. In a flash of unhinged fury, Evelyn stormed the bench and slapped Clara across the face. The crack echoed like a gunshot in a cathedral. The courtroom froze. Gasps rippled through the sparse crowd. Clara didn't recoil. Her eyes locked onto Evelyn's, calm and terrifying. Seconds stretched into eternity. Evelyn's breathing was heavy, her face twisted in shock at her own audacity. You just assaulted a sitting judge, Ms. Harper, Clara said, her tones slicing through the silence. Officers moved in. Evelyn sputtered. This is absurd. I saw the community. But the queen had fallen, undone by her own arrogance and a $10 fine. The courtroom video spread like wildfire. Within hours, it was everywhere. Social media, news feeds, looped endlessly. A polished woman in heels slapping a judge needed no caption. Sagebrush didn't rally behind Evelyn, they turned on her. For years, she terrorized the town, fining a veteran for an unapproved flagpole, reporting kids for playing too loudly, penalizing a widow for a flower pot. Now, her mask was off. Residents shared stories online. Evelyn fining an 80-year-old for a faded mailbox, citing a single mom for a tricycle left out overnight, threatening a disabled man over his CRVYC dogs. Unauthorized presence. The town's whispers became a roar. Evelyn doubled down. She hired Victor Slade, a YouTube-famous lawyer known for theatrical stunts, not VY Tories. His motto? Don't tread on my rights. At her first hearing, Evelyn arrived like a reality TV star, sunglasses indoors, a blazer too bold for court. She pointed at Clara and shouted, "This system oppresses me!" The room stilled. Clara said nothing, her silence heavier than any gavel. Behind the scenes, the prosecution built a case not just on the slap but on Evelyn's reign of terror. They presented a war chest, complaints, voicemails from trembling elderly residents, photos of citations pinned to doors like threats. One email showed Evelyn mocking a cancer patient's tacky memorial wreath. Another cited a family for excessive laughter at a barbecue. The trial became a spectacle. Residents packed the courthouse, wearing shirts reading, "10 Justice." A teenager showed up in a cardboard lawnmower costume, sparking laughter that echoed through the halls. Evelyn's lawyer objected, calling it a mockery. But the tide had turned. The prosecution called a forensic psychologist who described Evelyn's narcissistic traits: control fixation, zero empathy, retaliatory rage. The courtroom fell silent as he concluded. She didn't enforce rules, she weaponized them. Evelyn's hands, usually busy with note cards, went still. When Evelyn took the stand, she leaned into her drama. She humiliated me, she said, pointing at Clara. That fine was personal. The prosecutor pounced. So the slap was personal too? Evelyn faltered. It was. A protest, she stammered. The room erupted in laughter, all cathartic, unstoppable. Even the bailiff grinned. Evelyn's face burned, her lawyer's pen rolling across the floor like a traitor. For 10 glorious seconds, the courtroom was alive with the sound of a tyrant's fall. Clara's lips twitched, the faintest hint of a smile, and that fleeting gesture was louder than any verdict. Public testimony opened the floodgates. A veteran spoke of being fined for planting roses to honor his fallen son. She said grief doesn't override policy, he said, his voice steady. A teacher recounted a citation for a Thanksgiving wreath deemed too festive. A single mom described Evelyn's threats over her daughter's chalk drawings. Each story stripped away Evelyn's armor. The jury didn't waver. After less than an hour, they returned, guilty on all counts: assault, threatening the judiciary, and creating a hostile environment. Clara's sentence was surgical: 2 years probation, mandatory therapy, and a lifetime ban from CIVYC roles. But the real blow was the city's order. The HOA was dissolved, its bylaws erased, its fines voided. Evelyn's empire crumbled overnight. She left court a free woman, but a hollow one, stripped of the power that defined her. Sagebrush exhaled. Neighbors stopped fearing her shadow. Mailboxes stood unpoliced, sprinklers ran freely, kids laughed without restraint. That weekend, the town gathered in the park. They brought lemonade, cookies, and signs. $10 well spent, we are not her lawn. They planted roses, each named for someone Evelyn fined. It wasn't about revenge, it was about healing. Clara stepped into the sunlight after the trial, facing the press. How do you feel? A reporter asked. It was a reminder, she said, that even a $10 fine can reveal who someone is. Sagebrush didn't need parades or vengeance. They reclaimed their dignity with laughter, roses, and the quiet strength of a judge who never struck back, just stood firm until the truth found her. Evelyn Harper faded into irrelevance, her name no longer a threat but a warning. Even the smallest spark can burn a tyrant's throne to ash.